Good evening, everyone. Thanks a lot for staying with us. You're watching Plain Speak with me, Shivani Gupta. Remarkable confusion prevailed today as Union Minister for Housing and Urban Affairs, Hardeep Singh Puri, announced that nearly 1,100 illegal Rohingyas in the national capital will be housed in EWS flats in an NDMC area. EWS is economically weaker section. Well, not surprisingly, this raised many eyebrows given the BJP's national security pitch that comes in direct conflict of giving refuge to such illegals. The BJP even began to receive much criticism even from its own, who reminded them of their CAA promise to religiously persecuted Indic faith populace that has fled Pakistan, Afghanistan and Bangladesh. Remember, CAA rules have still not been notified. Before the damage could go too deep, came the clarification from the Home Ministry, none else, that no such settling of Rohingyas in flats will take place. They will stay in the same place, which will be designated as a detention center and be deported in good time. But then the battle shifted to Union government versus the Delhi government, because the MHA has made it clear that it is the Aam Aadmi Party-led government that wanted to shift the illegals, a charge the AAP denies. In fact, there is a pitch battle now between the two on just who is going to be tougher on Rohingyas. We will go to our guests in just a bit, but first up, there is no denying that Hardeep Singh's initial tweet caused embarrassment for the BJP and the government. One, because their own members and supporters began criticizing the move, and secondly, the Home Ministry eventually had to deny the same reports. So here's a check of what exactly the minister said earlier. He said that a landmark decision has been taken to shift all Rohingyas in Delhi to EWS flats in Bakarwala. The clarification from the MHA said that no such directions have been given to provide such flats to Rohingya illegal migrants. Note the difference in the language as well. The minister had also said that these illegal migrants will be provided basic amenities, UNHCR IDs, and round-the-clock Delhi police protection. Frankly, there is no big issue if all of this is done. The clarification from the MHA said that Rohingya illegal foreigners will stay at the present location and the matter of their deportation has been taken up with concerned country through the NEA. Finally, the minister had also said that India follows UN Refugee Convention 1951 and provides refuge to all regardless of race, religion and creed. Frankly, the government has said earlier they're not a signatory to the 1951 convention. The clarification by the MHA made it very clear that illegal foreigners are to be kept in detention centers till their deportation as per law. While there can't be an exact number on illegals or even Rohingyas in India, here is what we know. Some of the hotspots. Delhi, of course, the estimated figure is that there are about 1,100 illegal Rohingyas in the national capital. Jammu and Kashmir is another hotspot with as many as 10,000 suspected Rohingyas. And there's been a big question mark on why they have chosen Jammu to settle down. Telangana is one other such hotspot. The number is roughly about 6,000. And then, of course, Rohingyas are spread across the country in different numbers. Some have been spotted in Karnataka recently as well. Overall, the national estimation is about 40,000 illegal Rohingyas. Only half of them are registered with the UNHCR, which means that they have an official document to claim refugeeship. Now, it's not a matter of great surprise that India is not comfortable with Rohingyas. Any country is wary of illegals, and it's important to remember, illegals are not refugees. Here is what the Union government had told the Supreme Court in 2017, that illegals pose a security threat to the country. It's obvious. They create an extra burden in an already populous country like India. They also have fake documents. They indulge in human trafficking. In fact, Rohingyas have been accused of facilitating illegal entry of others into the country as well. Some have links to Pak-based terror groups. It's been a large concern that they can be used for terror attacks in India. Some have been known to be part of ISI, ISIS, and during communal flare-ups and tensions in the country as well, their role has come to light. In fact, CNN News 18 has done a full report from the Nepal border in Bihar's Simanchal area. It highlights a huge security threat. It's districts like Madhepura, Katihar, Saharsa, Kishanganj, Araria, Supaul, Purnia that have already been compromised. Illegal migrants are occupying what is known as no man's land very dangerously in Bihar. 729-kilometer length of no man's land in Bihar has been already, quote, occupied. Not a surprise that this is leading to massive demographic shift, which, as many would have heard, demography is destiny. Now, what is the route that is being taken? Now, intel sources are telling CNN News 18 as part of our investigation that the route is from Bangladesh to India, but via Nepal. So, from Bangladesh, these illegals are going to Nepal and then entering Bihar. This is the crossover, route that they are taking. We know Rohingyas' presence is an issue, but so far the BJP was alone in being criticized for being quote-unquote anti-Rohingyas and thus anti-Muslim too. Now the Aam Aadmi Party, that has often aped the BJP's soft Hindutva or pro-Hindu plans, Desh Bhakti plans, has thrown its ring in the fray by calling Rohingyas a threat and throwing down the gauntlet that they will not let illegals settle in Delhi. So the big debate that's coming up is the Aam Aadmi Party, fair and simple, trying to match the BJP's nationalism pitch.
29 जुलाई को एक मीटिंग करते हैं जिसकी अध्यक्षता दिल्ली के चीफ सेक्रेटरी करते हैं कि इन सभी घुसपैठियों को ईडब्ल्यूएस के जो घर बन रहे हैं उसमें शिफ्ट किया जाएगा और मेरे हाथ में ये जो बैठक हुई है उसके मिनट्स हैं और उम्मीद ये की जा सकती है कि संविधान की शपथ लेने वाले अरविंद केजरीवाल जी अपने कर्तव्यों का निर्वाह करेंगे और देश की सुरक्षा के साथ कोई छेड़छाड़ नहीं करेंगे।
भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार इन रोहिंग्याओं को बसाकर अपने लिए इस्तेमाल करना चाहती है, अपने लिए वोट बैंक बना रही है और इस इस्तेमाल का जो पर्दाफाश है आज हमारे सामने हो गया। हम मोदी जी से कहना चाहते हैं कि हम इनको दिल्ली में नहीं बसने देंगे।
It's quite ironical, actually, that the BJP is being accused now of wanting to convert Rohingyas, illegals in India, as their vote bank. And that's the charge, as you heard, the Aam Aadmi Party has made. But very interestingly, both are pitching themselves for pro-national security and even being tough on illegals, especially Rohingyas, who've received inordinate amount of support in India, especially from the left liberals. I want to go across to the guests who are joining us. Ashish Sood is from the BJP, Priyanka Kakkar is from the Aam Aadmi Party, Abhijit Majumdar is consulting editor First Post, and Dr. Monica Verma is strategic affairs expert.